Keith Carradine and Mort Saul, Monday, live at 5.
The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson, the 19th anniversary. This is Ed McMahon, along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny with some highlights from the past. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
What's all the commotion about? I forgot. It's our anniversary show again.
Happy anniversary.
Must have forgotten. We always dress like this. Very nice.
Thank you.
You look like a very large penguin. Cute.
You like it?
Yeah. Nice to see out of those Muppet clothes. Welcome to our 19th anniversary show, and you really didn't have to applaud, because when you think about it, what is this program? It's kind of a nightlight for an hour of foreplay. No, not here. No. We have been on the air 19 years, and 19 years really isn't as impressive as it sounds when you think that 16 years of that was commercials. You know what I was thinking before the show when I walked out here? Seriously. In our studio audience tonight, we seat about 500 people. There are some of you who were not yet born when we started this show, and some who may have been conceived during the show. I was thinking, for example, Fernando Valenzuela, the sensational baseball pitcher, was 1 year old when this show started, living on 2 pesos a week. And thanks to the Dodger organization, he's now making twice that. Team with a heart. You know, when we started 19 years ago, I never thought I'd be standing here tonight. I thought television would blow over. And once a year, the network allows me 2 hours in prime time. Now I know how the president of Iran feels. You know, in 19 years, we have seen about 6 presidents come and go, and 7 NBC presidents. Now, contrary to rumor, I've had wonderful relationships with all those NBC presidents over the years, and they're all doing very well now. They're all air traffic controllers. You know what bothers me? I was looking at some of the clips, not of this year, but of the past years. One thing that puzzles me, I'm getting whiter, and Ronald Reagan keeps getting darker. Ed looks exactly the same as when we first started, and that's one of the basic properties of alcohol. That you never have tried. And through the wonders of satellite, did you know the Tonight Show is now seen in many countries of the English-speaking world? It's also seen in Los Angeles thanks to a simulcast in Spanish and Arabic. Did you mention the studio? This show,
Yes.
This one tonight, will be the very first Tonight Show that is seen in England. Now, for you people who are watching across the Atlantic who have never have heard of me and don't know who I am, if you don't mind, I would like to take just a couple of seconds to fill the people in England in on a few details about my life. After winning the Congressional Medal of Honor, I, of course, turned down my country's nomination for president. I made several films, won 3 Academy Awards, and, of course, in my spare time, helped develop the polio vaccine. I do want to remind our English viewers, now Benny Hill is a big cult figure over in this night. I do not wear garter belts like Benny Hill. Off screen, that's my business. Well, let's go back to Washington and see where all the humor is. That's where all the jokes are. You just talk about what's going on. You don't have to exaggerate. The government found themselves in a little bit of problem, the United States government this week. They changed their mind about the school lunches. Have you been following that program? Originally, they were going to change the minimum nutritional requirements for the federally subsidized children's lunches. Under those rules, soybean could have been substituted for meat. Did you know that ketchup and relish was going to be considered a vegetable? Now, apparently, the administration has changed their mind. The reason they changed their mind, here's what happened. They brought David Stockman in. He's the budget director. He had lunch with a new school program. Stockman got so weak, he couldn't even lift his axe. So they decided that was out. I think it's kind of nice that ketchup's no longer a vegetable, but they say from now on, lard will be classified as roast beef. You see the problem? You got to admit, in the White House, they eat a little better. Did you know that Nancy considers caviar a junk food? You know, laughter is not on the endangered species list. Don't feel because we're dressed like this is a week. I mean, Los Angeles has got some controversy in their schools, and there's a new program in Los Angeles where they bus white kids in the inner city out to Malibu. It's called forced tanning. Only in California. You want to hear something scary? Newsweek magazine took a poll this year, and 7 out of 10 Americans believe that nuclear war between the United States and the Soviet Union is a possibility. 7 out of 10 people. Newsweek poll further found out that 7 out of those 10 people believe that they'll wake President Reagan for that. Well, what else is happening? Yesterday in Atlanta, former President Jimmy Carter held a reunion of his former administration. And it was great to see those familiar names again. Did you see it? Jody, Ham, Moon, Andy, Murrow. No, wait a minute. That's the cast of Hee Haw. I always got them confused.
Yeah, right.
Jimmy Carter said he did not agree with President Reagan's economic policies. He feels it's doomed to failure. And that surprises me because, after all, it was President Carter's brother Billy who invented the trickle-down theory. This week, as you know, we have the first Supreme Court justice ever in history, a woman, Sandra O'Connor, took her place on the Supreme Court. I predict that her first federal case will be when Chief Justice Burger asked her to make coffee for the boys. Don't worry about it. You know, she became the first woman in the Reagan administration to have a gown that cost under $5,000. There goes lunch at the White House. We have an exciting show tonight. We're looking forward to this. We have some highlights of things that have happened in the past, and later on, I don't think you announced this, we have, as a surprise, Gender Alexander Haig. You know General Haig. And Alexander Gromyko will be out here and discuss the pros and cons of ending the world. We thought we'd have a little humor. Thank you for coming. We'll be back in just...
This show is brought to you by the new Polaroid Sun cameras. You've never been so sure of an instant picture. And the new Chrysler Corporation. For 1982, Chrysler has the cars, the quality, and the prices America needs. And the DuPont Company. And Armstrong, floors, ceilings, carpets, and Thomasville furniture. Armstrong, so nice to come home to.